Hello world. Normally I started a different way, but this is for people that haven't watched me, haven't listened to my stuff, as well as for those who have. I want you, people of the world, leaders of the world, whenever you're complaining about Trump the rapist, Trump the felon, please use his name and Republican. Use Republican, because the Republican Party here in America they actually have for well into a decade now, especially since the Trump family got their noses into politics. And I want you to understand that the Republicans they're more responsible. They could have impeached him. The Republican Senate could have impeached him, but they didn't. The first time. And all these last years of the carbon shit and all that crap, that would have been a lot more on the greener side by now. I need you, we need you, the planet needs you to, every time you say Trump's did such and such, unless it was a personal, him himself did it, you need to include the Republicans on everything. Use the word Republicans. Trump and the Republicans are dismantling the government. Trump and the Republicans, Elon and the Republicans, you see what I'm saying? Don't just blame Trump, because that lets the weaselly little Republicans squeal away into the darkness, into the little shadows, and continue to pretend that, wow, what's happening type of thing. Because they know damn well that Trump, despite what he says and declares that there are not going to be more than 2 terms, and he can't be up for election, all the Republicans that are sitting silently like the folks did in Nazi Germany, sitting quietly and letting their candidate do this. And they fight the Republicans when they want to put up the lawsuits. They've been fighting them for every action taken to try to stop Trump and Elon. So by just saying Trump or just saying Elon, it's giving them an escape route. And if it wasn't for those Republicans in the House and in the Senate, we wouldn't have the Trump-Elon problem. So it's imperative that you link Republicans with everything that Donald Trump, any of the Trumps, and Elon, and anybody in that administration does. Whenever you mention them, you mention Republican. Republican Kristi Noem, head of the department, you know what I mean? Republican so-and-so, head of Republican market. Make sure everybody understands that all of these people are all Republicans. And it is Republicans' fault. Yes, squarely Republicans' fault. Not only for putting him up as a candidate again and being grown-ass people older than me and afraid of a damn diaper-wearing, pill-popping, lying, cheating, dick flinging it everywhere person. Cheating people, cheating on people, his entire life, and his kids are no better. So please, everybody who says a negative, who's covering any kind of negative stories or information or anything, please make it a habit to link Republicans. You need to say the word Republicans. Let them squirm. Force them to squirm. That's why I do it in my graphics and on my videos. And I also refer to him as rapist felon president, because that should not be allowed to be hiding off into the shadows either. Rapist felon president and his Republican cohorts. The screw crew, fools on the hill. But you need, please, if you want this to be stopped faster, you need to be starting to put pressure on not just that name, those two names. Use Republicans, because Republicans are at fault. They could have stopped it the first time. They didn't have to put him up as a candidate this time. And they certainly don't have to be trying to stop and impede the Democrats from stopping them from dismantling our government. Are you following that? They both have to be linked. Anything negative being done by either of those jackwads or any of the other people that they've all assigned, which are 99% men, and the few women are certainly not black or Latino, are they? Or Asian? Oh, no, they are not. And it's not an important post. Well, it is, but you need to respond and include the Republicans in all of these stories, because if you don't, they're pretending to just distance themselves while they support him in front of your faces. So you need to be calling them out too. You need to be calling out the Republicans every time you call out any of the Trumps or Musk. Anytime, or any of his people that did something. Make sure people know, it's drilled into their heads. Republicans are doing this. Republicans are dismantling our government. Republicans are starving people in other parts of the country because we're not giving any of the programs anymore. Our own people are starving. People are oh, by the way, a lot of the people that were rounded up in his deportation are being released back in America. He doesn't tell you that, does he? No, he didn't tell you that. But you guys, all of you, need to scream it from the rooftops to other people. You need to include the Republicans, because if it wasn't for people like Mitch McConnell, Boebert, Green, when Gates was there, Lindsey Graham, and many others, they could have stopped it, and they could have agreed. And when we had the bill that, no, they didn't agree to that. They didn't do it. So it's all on them. And you need to keep saying that in public. You need to keep telling the people it is Republicans that are allowing the dismantling of the American government and sliding into fascism. It is the Republicans squarely. They allowed it and brought it back to us. Pushed, manipulated, maneuvered, and lied to you. To your faces. When people directly asked about it in interviews. It wasn't just Trump doing that. The Republicans have covered for him for a decade. you need to call the Republicans, the American Republican Party, out. Don't call it MAGA anymore. MAGA is now the Republican Party. And you all, please, newscasters, journalists, stop saying MAGA, say Republicans. It is the Republican Party. We don't have three official parties. It's Democrat and Republican. There's no Democrat, MAGA, and Republicans. So you guys need to remember that. Okay? And you need to link the Republicans with every single negative story that is happening in the government of America. I don't know how to say it any clearer or any stronger without raising my voice. This isn't really raising, this is just a loud voice. I'm not even screaming. My voice carries. So trust me, I need you all to mention Republicans are doing this, because they are not assisting Democrats in Congress when they put in these lawsuits and stuff to try to stop. They're voting against them. So they are as culpable as the one who's doing the egregious action. Trump and the Republicans, Elon and the Republicans, the complicit Republicans, you need to keep drilling that into every news story. The complicit Republican Party is encouraging and allowing and facilitating him and Elon. The Republicans need to take the responsibility, and they're not. They're sliding away like greased pigs, as is their normal MO. Please, every time you mention the egregious things that Musk or Trump are doing, you need to include the Republican Party. Peace out.